Hey, this is Kurt the Boat Doctor. By golly, in this 2004 20-foot Motorwell North River. I mean, these are popular boats, still are. They really haven't changed a lot. Like they said before, if you want a Motorwell now, you got to pay extra. So I'm going to do this. I haven't checked it out. This is a consign check. So I'm going to do this, and it kills two birds with one stone. I'll fire them up, just take a chance. Okay, here's a little tidbit. There's a couple things I'm going to do. Pull that baby out. There you go. Now, say you were out here and you didn't turn on your unit and check the voltage. And by the way, I got to set that up. A lot of people don't run north up, they run heading up. It's easier, and I'll just set some of the settings and the sounder and stuff too. Make sure it's on the right mapping. There was a map card in here. If you go like this, there's a card in there. I didn't pull it out, but that, I don't think it's for Navionics, but you can get a Navionics card. But say you came down here and you hear that, oh, okay, I got juice, but you may have juice, but by the time you get all the way down, you just ran out. Now you can't start the motor. So this kind of helps you to get yourself out of trouble. And I do this, I tie the boat off, I go park the rig, I come back down, but a lot of times I'll trim the motor down, so then when I'm in a rush, I come down here, but I wanted, so that's normal. Now, if I did that and that dropped a decibel, that's telling me my battery's getting low. So if I continue to go down right here, there. Now that goes into the water trim. The other one, this fast one, that's your trailer trim. So when I load the boat up on the trailer, when I'm done, I go up and then I drop into your thud. Because if you do it in the trailer trim a little bit, raise it too much, and you go to drive it on, you hit the throttle, it's gonna drive that motor right back down to that water trim anyway. So now, I would trim this motor down to where I heard that clunk like that. If I knew I heard that thing, like I was afraid that battery was gonna go dead, so then I would start it. Now, hear that? That's telling me there's only time that happens if you turn that key on, is low oil, there's no oil in it, or you don't have the safety lanyard, and it will not start. It'll just crank over, so you gotta make sure that's plugged in. This lever you never have to worry about. That's just for the older non-EFIs. So then you just turn the key, fired up, okay, good to go. Now I trim it all the way down. Good, and then I check my water flow, which is doing good. Very stable boat. If you notice it ain't, then you hear, you know you're all the way down. All right. So, let me see. So now we know that. Then what I do, and then if to be polite, nobody's here. I got this whole place to myself. I better check though. Nope, nobody there. Then I always start up the kicker motor before I untie. So it's down. So when it's cold, you want to pull that all the way out. This is a light, and you want to put that in gear and give it like 7 pumps. Bring it back to neutral. Then just give it about maybe 1 inch to 2 inches above this indentation. But now I've started this up. That's your kill button, that's your start button. So I'm just gonna give it a little bit of gas. There it goes, fired up. Then you wait. If it raises in RPM, you reduce the throttle. There's your friction to keep your motor right there tight so it doesn't move on you. So that's good for if you're trolling and using this to steer with. Then you go back, okay, then see how it died there? So it ain't warmed up yet. I'm going to get a little throttle, bring it back. So I always let this thing warm up, because if that thing quits, I want to make sure this sucker is going to fire up and run good. So then what I do is put in gear, okay, running good there. Because if I go out and that sucker dies, and then I'm going right towards that ship or getting caught between that and the rock. So you always want to look for a way out. Same thing now, the current's going out like this. See how the RPMs went up a little bit, it's warming up. So like if it gets really windy, you never know when you're gonna have a heavy gust coming out of the south. See, my bumpers are over here. So I'll try coming in here once if it's really nasty, if I can't. But I do a swing around here, do a spin, act like and then I'd push the boat up on that side. Then I'd get my truck, put it in, then get in it, go around and drive it up on the trailer. Bring that down, put in gear, okay. Didn't die, didn't die. Yep, see momentum, so we're good. So we know this one's ready to fire in case for some reason that one quit. I always do this. Then trim it up. Make sure your handle's up like this. And that locks there, so that way it won't bind up on this if it tilted over. Okay, so I got good water flow off the 150. And notice the wind. And the current already is taking the front of the boat and going that way. So I always disconnect the back first, like this. Because the back ain't gonna go over as fast as the front. Then I bring that in, just pick up slack. I have one rope, as you can see. That way I can pull this in, or I can pull this in, like this. Then I take the excess, over there, flop it in, jump in, hit this. Then you can leave that one out, see how the front end kicking over. So what I can do is steer the motor. Give a little gas there. Let it drift. And then if I think I'm getting shallow, just trim it up. There is a deadhead in here, so I got to be careful. I think it's damn near where I'm at. Don't get in a rush. And I trim the motor up a little bit just in case. Then I'm gonna bring it over here because I think that deadhead's right there. Now I know I'm good, so I trim the motor back down. Okay, you hear a thud there, and you also got your trim gauge, but they're not totally 100% accurate. So I go to hit this button. Oh, there you go. It's this switch right here. So if you flick that off, you aren't gonna have any power. So this you have to have on, hit that switch. Radio, squelch, and I'm on 16, 17, 18, 20, 21. I run on 21. One more. There you go. Okay, it seems like now what I do is I test it. Now these cables in the future may need to be replaced. They get through time, they go back and forth inside that casing. And then it says, please enter, you hit it. It's still loading satellites because I ain't getting speed over ground. So when that loads and see that blinking with the question mark, so it's got a built-in GPS antenna. So when this loads up, then it's gonna throw me right on the water. So then what I do when I test these, see that they're a little stiff, and then it says position acquired. Then that means we're good to go and see where we're at now. Now you can zoom in on that. Got the fishing contours on now, I see. Uh-oh. That's not good. Okay, anyway, make sure you pull in your bumper. That don't sound good. We'll see. That sounds like a fuel issue. I'll see if I'm right. To the shore. See how it picks back up again? So hopefully I can get some of this. This could be water, it could be particles. So I'm going to just see how it's doing that again. So I'm just going to hold it like this for a while and see if I can't blow it out. But now we just need to do a fuel problem. See if that goes up. Because if that was water, this thing would have died by now. That'd tell me there's a little bit of maybe water debris in there. Now it should start. There it goes, see? So hopefully I can blow this out.